Let's get into today's lesson. Today's lesson's all about pursuing yourself. If you have nothing to do, you know what you should be doing? Pursuing yourself. Is that something I've heard? I think I've heard it on social media or in Pinterest or like on somebody's feed. I love that. I have nothing to do, so I should be pursuing myself. And that is something we all should be doing because pursuing yourself is putting yourself first. It's realizing how special you are and nurturing that relationship with oneself. So, we're going to talk about this. We have 8 topics. We're going to get into them and we're going to learn how to pursue ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if you don't pursue who can pursue you? Go pursue you. Okay. Number 1 is figure out what you want. I feel like that's all about reflection. And I feel like if you are pursuing yourself, you have time to reflect. And reflecting is a process. It's a journey. And if you take time to reflect, you take time to get to know yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are growing, you're learning, you're exploring, and you're always going to be that work in progress. So pursue yourself. Put that work in. And during that time, you'll learn what you need. You'll discover maybe who you are, what you need. And more time you spend with yourself, the more you'll be socially aware of your needs, the techniques you need, what you need in your life, what makes you happy, what you need around you, the things you need. There's so many things that go into what makes you you. So discovering that is a process. So write down the things you want. Nobody's holding you back. Nobody, don't listen to nobody else's opinion. Discover what you want. Because what you want is real. It's attainable. Make it attainable. Don't make it unrealistic. Make it attainable. And pursue that. Start with that. And build. Take yourself on a journey. And that journey can lead you anywhere. Number 2. Explore different possibilities. I know that we can get stuck on certain things, on a certain path, on a certain goal, on a certain thing, on a certain place. We can get stuck on that. We want to achieve these goals. We want to do all this stuff. And we're like, if I go here, I'll be happy. If this happens to me, I'll be happy. If this happens to me, if I get in here, I'll be happy. But the truth is, we don't know what we need until we explore everything. And I think in today's society, the world we live in, the climate, the politics, the unrest that we have right now, the economy, how the generational shifts happening, how the world's working differently, how the old playbook doesn't work, and you have to explore different things now. And money's not what it was back in the day. Money today, everything's worth more money. And the rules are changing. We are going to be in a generation where we own nothing and we have debt and we spend and we can't have families because we can't afford it because of our society. So thinking different is the way to go now. Thinking outside the box and breaking through any barriers that you have. You have to think outside the box now because there is no rule book for today's world, because today's world is crazy and uncertain and anything could happen. So being open to new possibilities and exploring things that you didn't know that you need is like the only way now to create your own playbook. And it takes time. It's definitely a process because we do want certain things and we expect certain things, and sometimes we all do not achieve it, and we all want that to happen for us. But sometimes you have to really be open-minded. You have to shift. You have to change your values. You have to change your beliefs. You have to be open to what the world has to offer. And the opportunity comes, you should pounce on it. You should say yes, and you should say no at the same time. And you should discover what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because at the end of the day, I have learned the power of yes, and I've learned the power of no. And they both serve you. So the possibilities are endless, but they do take time to come to surface. And we never know what's going to happen. Number 3 is create a plan for yourself. Yeah. Create a plan. Yeah, I think having a plan is good. I think having ideas of things you want to do, things you want to achieve in your life, you should have it written down. You should write it down. I've written so much stuff, and I look back to my old notebooks. I'm like, I wanted that, and I'm like, I never even got that. And I write in these notebooks, and I continue to write because I need to visualize it. I need to see it on paper for me to be able to achieve it. I may achieve it, I may not achieve it, but I need to visualize myself seeing it. If I said I'm going to get my college diploma, I'm going to work in this industry, I'm going to save enough money, I'm going to do this, and I see it, I could get the steps to achieve it. It's always good to have some things written down. You don't always have to follow the plan. Sometimes they shift, and that's where redirection comes in. Redirection is part of the process. You have to embrace it because you're going to hit roadblocks. And what I'm learning now, it's how fast you pivot. It's how fast you move on. Because at the end of the day, we all are going to have setbacks, and they come. But as long as you have a plan, paper, and you could change it, erase it out, create a new one, and keep going, you see it. Make a vision board. That is another good one. You can visualize it. If you don't want to write it down, you could see it every day in your room or your living room or somewhere you are every day where you could directly see it. You could see it. Because your dreams are possible. They just don't happen in the way you expect them to. Or sometimes you have to give up a dream to have another dream. It's part of the world we live in now. And I feel like the straight and arrow to do this and do that is not really working. People are finding creative ways to get ahead. The world we live in, the Gen Z marketing, I'm like, you could take that inspiration and do it for yourself. You have to think outside the box now. So this plan of yours is going to be a powerful plan. It's going to be a detailed plan. And you're going to write it multiple times. And you're going to use redirection for yourself. And at the end of the day, you have this plan. And that is a solution. It is a goal. It is a direction. Even if you're not moving, you have a plan. Small steps lead to big things. And I take small steps every day to achieve things. Because life will be lifing. But if you have a plan and you have ideas, if you have the motivation to keep going and you have all this going on and you have a strong mindset and life will happen to you and you keep going, things will happen. Number 4 is date yourself. Take yourself on a date. I feel like pursuing yourself is like about like dating yourself. It's about like getting to know you. Because after you have that plan and you do all that work, you need to date yourself. You need to put yourself first. You need downtime as much as you need work time, because your work and downtime are everything to you. Because when you have your downtime, you get to recover, you get to rest, you get to relax, and that does help with pursuing yourself, because the more you let go, the more you can reflect. You come back to you're gonna leave something open, and then when you come back to it, you're like, oh, I see. It's like writing. I write an essay, and then okay, I write the essay. Then I go back to re-edit it. I do a rewrite, and I see the flaws, and I change that up. And after I change that up, I do more editing, and then it's final. That's kind of the process when it comes to dating, taking care of yourself, and doing it on and off helps with your mental mindset. Instead of you need to reset, you need to recharge, you have to let go. Because holding on to things like your work life, like your work life is so powerful, and it consume you, and once it consumes you, you can't turn it off. But when you take that downtime, it changes your perspective. You see things differently. Something can spark your joy, spark a light bulb moment in your head. So date yourself. So the process of dating yourself, if you don't know, is all about self-care. Yeah, I do believe it's all about self-care. It's all about taking yourself out on dates. Go to the movies, go walk in a park, go get a coffee, go to an ice cream shop, like little things like that. Maybe go to the library, do some reading, There's so many things you can do just to lift your mood. You could just be with yourself, enjoy your own company, because I feel like that is a process of beginning, is to be happy with yourself. Because adolescents, when we're growing up, we always find fault with ourselves, and getting older is all about acceptance. And now you're getting older, you're starting to see that you need to accept yourself. You need to date yourself. You need to put the work in, but you also need to care for yourself. And dating yourself is putting attention into your life. It is a part of your life. It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It could be a whole day. But it's very important to experience dating yourself, because one day like that, your life is going to be completely different. You might be someone's mother. You might be someone's wife, husband. You may be they, them. You may be something so important to somebody. Life does change, and I feel like singlehood is something you should experience. You should experience putting yourself first, discovering who you are. So dating yourself is a must when pursuing you. Okay, so number 5 is educate yourself. Education is something you should do once you leave college. Maybe if you didn't go to college, educate yourself. Continue to educate yourself. Because if you don't educate yourself, you stop growing. Because every day there are new scams. Every day there's new programs. Every day there's new AI, there's new apps, there's new everything. The world changes so fast today. There will be a new trend tomorrow, a old trend out, a new trend in. It is a process. it is a process, and there's a lot that is always happening. There's things happening in your community. There's things happening across the world. There's things happening in your own community. There's things happening in your city. There's so many things. And education is key to growth. It's key to living. Because you need to know what's happening to hack the system for yourself. If you're not staying educated, you can't hack the system. And you need to continue to put in the work. You could read books, you could read articles, there are so many influencers that can educate you. But I always take that with a grain of salt. It depends who you're going to. A lot of people take it serious because it's about money at the end of the day. They're getting paid to produce it, or they're growing their channel, and they take it so serious. It's real content you'll be getting. I like to listen to, I don't even know, there's like, honestly, you can listen to everybody. You get so many random pages now. Like you go on your reels and you can just continue to get everybody. So I like to educate myself. Me personally, one thing I do look for, I like to see female community, what's going in the community, how women are feeling. I'm like, people experience what you're experiencing and they're posting on social media. I like to be educated on the news. I like to be educated on fashion. I like to be educated in marketing. I like to be educated in AI, like what's going on, celebrity news. There's so many things. There's so many things that I need to know. When it comes to educational stuff like books, I do like to read books. I do read novels. I think that's definitely part of self-care. But, like, I like to stay educated for the fact that this world is fast-paced. And it helps me grow as a person because it expands my knowledge. Critical thinking is very important. And you need to do it yourself. You can't let ChatGPT be your critical thinking. It can help you, but it can't be your critical thinking. And educating yourself will enhance your critical thinking. And the goal is to think. The goal is to achieve your goals. And the only way to do that is definitely to educate yourself. Because breakthroughs could happen through somebody else's breakthrough or somebody else's project or somebody else's content. So continue 24/7. Just joking. Not 24/7. I would just say, like, continue daily to educate yourself and keep in the know. Number 6 is invest in hobbies. I think when it comes to pursuing yourself, hobbies are an amazing thing because hobbies are escapism. You can escape through a hobby. It is brainless activity. Sometimes you don't even think and you just work. You're using your hands, you're using your body, and you're doing something to keep you active, your mind active, or you're just sitting. You're taking that rest that you need, but you're accomplishing something. You're doing something. Your mind's slowing down, but your body's reacting. Hobbies are very important. I have a list on the website about hobbies. I'm going to link it down below. But there's so many hobbies. For me personally, reading is my self-care and my hobby. Movies, TVs, my hobbies. Like little things like that are my hobbies. I definitely need some new adult hobbies because this world is life and I need the hobbies. Hot girl walks are my hobby. There's so many hobbies that you could find to do. Become a serial hobby list for your advancement in life because you just need to keep going, but you also need to be aware of your limits. I do at the same time, but like I love the fact that hobbies build community, and you can build a community through hobby, and you can meet people through hobbies, and you could maybe find what you like and find what you don't like through your hobbies. And that is a process, but do invest in your hobbies. You could do so many. You can spend money on hobbies is important. Don't go bankrupt doing it. I'm just joking. I'm like, you can find a way to make those hobbies happen. I definitely want to do a hobby that I have to spend money for. I just haven't found the right one for me. But there are hobbies that can get you out of your shell, that can be mindless for you, and can get you out of your head and into your body. Number 7 is start a rebrand. We all have brands. You have a brand. I have a brand. It's on social media. It's on Instagram. It's on Instagram. Or it's on TikTok. You have a brand. We all have brands, and we all need to be redoing these brands. Because we are changing. Our perspective is changing. We're growing up. We're glowing up. And a rebrand is something we all need to be doing. Because once you hit like your journey, when you go through a journey in life and you're no longer that person you were, even if you love self-improvement or you don't, we all go through a journey and we all change. And a rebrand is just you putting the new person you are on display. Figure out what you want to put on there, the things you're doing, the work you're doing, the people you're meeting, maybe how you see yourself, maybe how you're dressing, maybe the products you're buying, or the things you're going to, the events, the maybe your home life, maybe the things you are, maybe your space. There's so many things that you could put on your brands. For me personally, my brand will always be drinking coffee. Love me some coffee. Writing. I think writing is my brand. Creating fashion. Me here doing YouTube. Miss Willangenic. That's my brand. That's who I am as a person. And you'll discover the things that you like during that rebrand. I'm like, you know what? I am a coffee girl. I am a this girl. I am a that girl. I'm like, yeah. And I want to showcase that. And people will see you as that brand. It may be in their face. It may be, they may not even realize that. But deep down, you know that that brand is represented by you because you created that brand. 8. Our finale in pursuing you. I think at the end, be open to new experiences. There are so many experiences out there. I feel like the world is all about experiences. Experience marketing is real, so put yourself out there. Go get that. Go for those experiences. I feel like today's world, we may never get that house, but we will get those experiences. So get those experiences. Save your money for those experiences. Because we live in a world where you could have passive income, a full-time job, and you need your experiences. Because what are we achieving for in today's economy? We're achieving experiences, going to concerts, traveling, going to spas, there's so many things that we do. I think traveling is a major one. Concerts, doing things like that. Going out of our comfort zone to have fun. Because you're still young at heart, even if you have a family or you don't have a family, you of your own. I should say that. You are still a person. You're an individual at the end of the day, and you should be putting your visual life on display, on a pedestal. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're gonna be so many things to so many people, but experiences open our doors for us, and everybody has different doors. We all have different views on experiences. And for me, I want to experience having a disposable income to achieve all those things. I love to travel, and traveling is my top experience right now in this world we live in. I think that's something I want to put out there, because I feel like I don't see myself being an owner. It's the truth. Like, the world's not made for that. Everything costs more money than it is. And I'm like, working hard for who? I'm like, no. Living my best life and trying to achieve what I need, because the life that I wanted before is gone. I'll never achieve that life. I wanted the job, the apartment, the boyfriend, maybe slash husband, the kids, the personal growth, the travels. But I'm not gonna achieve that. I'm not gonna achieve that life anymore. The traditional career is just not happening for me. But I am open to new experiences, and I do want to be open to the physical aspect of experiences and the personal aspects of experiences, because my experiences are very important to me, and I know they're important to you too, because we're not going to be able to own anything in this generation, and I know deep down these experiences will get me to where I need to go. And I'm starting to see how other people live their lives on social media, and it helps me visualize what I want to do in my life, because it's very open. I think we all see how having goals and achieving them in today's society is difficult, and it takes longer to achieve them, and I understand that, but I have to be realistic, and experiences for me are definitely going to be concerts, and they're definitely going to be traveling. Yeah, that's me pursuing me. And maybe that's for you pursuing you. And at the end of the day, we are going to pursue ourselves. And that's it, period. Okay, so my little takeaway from pursuing yourself is, I think I put a lot of real world experiences into this right now. I talked about the real world and how what's going on right now. So we're just going to pursue ourselves, figure what we want, explore the possibilities, create plans for ourselves. We're going to date ourselves. We're going to keep educating ourselves. We're going to invest in those hobbies that we like, and we are going to start that rebrand for the girl we are right now. And we're going to be open to experiences, which are going to lead to probably concerts and traveling and going to sports events and putting yourself out there, and realizing that these experiences and other experiences the other experience is opportunities that we create ourselves, and we're just gonna do all that stuff. Yeah, bye guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. That's the end of the lesson.